Imagine the mind as a garden. Just as a garden flourishes with regular care, watering, sunlight, and a touch of loving attention, our brains, too, need nurturing. Especially as we move into our golden years, tending to our mental garden becomes not just important, but essential. For seniors over 60, maintaining sharp memory and mental agility can be a source of joy, confidence, and independence. And one of the most delightful ways to do this is by embracing puzzles and games. Let's take a moment to journey back. Picture a time, perhaps in childhood, when you sat at a kitchen table, the sun streaming in as you tackled a jigsaw puzzle with family or friends. Maybe you remember the thrill of fitting that last piece or the satisfaction of solving a clever riddle. These moments weren't just fun. They were quietly strengthening your brain, building neural connections, and fostering resilience. Now, science backs up what many have intuited for decades. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities helps keep our brains healthy as we age. Researchers have found that seniors who regularly challenge themselves with puzzles and games tend to have sharper memory, better reasoning skills, and even a lower risk of cognitive decline. But how does this work? The brain, at any age, has a remarkable ability to adapt and grow. This quality is known as neuroplasticity. When we learn something new, wrestle with a tricky crossword, or master a new card game, we're essentially exercising our mental muscles. Each challenge helps forge new connections between brain cells, strengthening the very pathways we rely on for memory, attention, and problem solving. So what kinds of puzzles and games are best for boosting memory in seniors? The answer is as diverse as the people who enjoy them. Let's explore several types that have proven especially beneficial, weaving in stories of how they can enrich daily life. First, consider the classic crossword puzzle. For many, the day doesn't truly begin until the newspaper is spread out and the pencil is in hand. Crosswords are more than a pleasant pastime. They harness language, recall, and pattern recognition. Each clue nudges the brain to reach back into its vast storehouse of words, facts, and associations. Over time, regular crossword solvers often find their verbal memory and vocabulary expanding. Take the story of Margaret, a retired librarian from Ohio. Every morning, she sits by her window with a steaming cup of tea and her favorite crossword. She credits this ritual with keeping her mind sharp and her spirits high. "It's like a daily adventure," she says. "Some days are easier than others, but every puzzle teaches me something new." Another powerful tool in the memory-boosting arsenal is the humble jigsaw puzzle. Unlike crosswords, which draw on words and general knowledge, jigsaw puzzles challenge visual spatial skills, attention to detail, and patience. The process of sorting pieces, identifying edges, and seeing patterns emerge is a form of active meditation. Many seniors find that working on jigsaw puzzles, alone or with friends, provides a sense of accomplishment and focus. Sam, a retired school teacher from Arizona, was introduced to jigsaw puzzles during a snowy winter when he was looking for a way to pass the time indoors. He soon discovered that the more he puzzled, the more agile his mind felt. "It's like a workout, but for my mind," he laughs. "And when you finally fit that last piece, it's a real victory." Sudoku is another popular brain game, especially for those who enjoy numbers and logic. This Japanese puzzle requires players to fill a grid with numbers so that each row, column, and box contains every digit exactly once. Sudoku challenges working memory, logic, and concentration, providing a mental workout that is both stimulating and rewarding. For those who prefer a more social approach, card games like Bridge, Canasta, or Rummy offer double benefits. Not only do they require memory, strategy, and quick thinking, but they also bring people together, fostering laughter and camaraderie. Social engagement itself is a powerful protector against cognitive decline. Playing cards with friends or family can reduce stress, spark joy, and reinforce a sense of belonging. Consider the story of Helen and George, a couple from Florida who joined a local bridge club after retiring. They found that learning new strategies and remembering the cards played kept their minds humming. But perhaps even more importantly, they built a circle of friends who supported and encouraged each other. "The games keep us sharp, but the friendships keep us young at heart," Helen says. Board games, too, have their place in the world of brain health. Classics like Scrabble, chess, and checkers blend strategy, memory, and creativity. Scrabble, for instance, encourages players to recall words and think flexibly about language. Chess and checkers require planning ahead, considering multiple possibilities and adapting to new situations. Skills that translate directly into everyday problem solving. For those who enjoy a technological twist, there is an ever-growing landscape of brain training apps and computer games designed specifically for seniors. These programs often provide a wide variety of puzzles and challenges, from memory games to word searches to pattern recognition exercises. Many apps adjust their difficulty based on performance, ensuring that users are always challenged but never frustrated. Digital games can be particularly helpful for seniors who may have mobility limitations or who live far from friends and family. With a tablet or computer, it's easy to connect with others, compete in friendly matches, or simply enjoy the satisfaction of personal progress. Of course, not every puzzle or game has to be complex or structured. Simple memory games, like matching pairs, recalling lists, or even telling stories from the past, can be woven into daily routines. For example, when shopping for groceries, try to remember the items on your list without looking. When meeting someone new, repeat their name back and try to recall a detail about them later. Even everyday activities like reading, gardening, or cooking can be transformed into memory-boosting exercises by approaching them with curiosity and attention. As we explore the world of brain-boosting games, it's important to remember that the goal is not perfection, but enjoyment and growth. Some days the puzzle will seem impossible. Other days, the answers will come easily. The value lies in the journey, the act of challenging oneself, of learning, of laughing at mistakes, and of celebrating small victories. The benefits of regular mental exercise extend beyond memory. Studies have shown that seniors who engage in puzzles and games often report lower levels of stress, improved mood, and greater self-confidence. These activities can help stave off loneliness, provide structure to the day, and offer a sense of purpose. For those starting out, the most important advice is to choose activities that spark joy and curiosity. If you love words, try crosswords or word searches. If you prefer numbers, Sudoku might be your game. If you relish competition, gather a group for cards or board games. And if you're new to digital technology, don't be afraid to ask for help. Many libraries and community centers offer classes on using tablets and computers. It's also helpful to set aside regular time for mental exercise, just as you would for a walk or a doctor's appointment. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day can make a visible difference over time. Consistency, not intensity, is the key. For caregivers and family members, encouraging loved ones to participate in puzzles and games can be a wonderful way to connect. Playing together builds relationships, creates shared memories, and turns brain health into a family affair. For those caring for someone with memory loss or cognitive challenges, simpler games, like matching cards or picture puzzles, can be adapted to provide enjoyment and stimulation at any level. It's never too late to start. The brain responds to challenge and novelty at any age. In fact, the more varied the activities, the better. Try mixing up your routine. One day a crossword, the next a card game, and perhaps a new puzzle app later in the week. The variety keeps the mind alert and maximizes the benefits. As we nurture our bodies with healthy food and regular movement, so too must we nurture our minds with curiosity and play. Puzzles and games are not just diversions. They are vital tools in the lifelong journey of brain health. They remind us that learning, laughter, and wonder have no expiration date. So the next time you pick up a crossword, shuffle a deck of cards, or tackle a tricky Sudoku, know that you are tending to your mental garden. With each challenge, you are planting seeds of health, hope, and happiness that will grow for years to come. Embrace the joy of play. Celebrate the thrill of discovery. And remember, your golden years can shine brighter with every puzzle you solve and every game you play. The adventure of keeping your mind sharp is one of life's greatest rewards.